It gives you more ability to sideboard, to like change your deck with sideboarding.
Yeah, it gives you a little
You
more
could take out
flexibility.
7 cards and put in 5.
Can you? I think your sideboard has to be exactly 5 cards. Certainly in a tournament where your sideboard is 15, it has to be.
But does that mean like
it.
so? Do the things you board out become part of your sideboard?
Yeah, I think the numbers have to. Well, I guess I'd have to look it up. Yes, yes, honey, I hear you.
Well, I vote no on that. If I get a vote, I don't like that. I want to be able to board out 7 and bring in 5.
I don't think your sideboard can be bigger, but maybe it can. I don't know. We could check. I don't care how you cut.
Yeah,
Middle,
me
I guess.
neither. We can just cut middle from now on. That's usually better. All right. I didn't get any of this set up. Shoot. Okay, do you want to do odds or evens?
I'll be odd.
It is an odd.
All right, I'll go first. All right, I'll give this a shot. I'm going to. I'll keep. Okay.
Probably against my better.
Dwarven Hold, go ahead.
Draw a card. Island, go.
Counter on Dwarven Hold. Swamp, go ahead.
Draw a card. Island. I'll tap 2 for an Elapile, and I'll pass.
Yep. All right, counter on Dwarven Hold. Draw. Mountain. And back to you with 6.
All right, untap. Draw. Island. Tap 2 for an Elapile, and I'll pass.
You get double pile. All right. Counter on Dwarven Hold. Draw a card. And pass back with 7.
Tap. Draw. Ugh. Spawning bed.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Untap Dwarven Hold. Draw. Play a champion.
Mm-hmm.
And pass back.
Tap. Draw. Island. Four for a ghost ship.
Ooh, ghost ship. Yeah.
And I'll pass.
Let's see. Attack.
No blocks.
All right.
17.
And then I will get a pile down and pass back with 6.
Mm-hmm. Draw a card. Island.
Yep.
Four for another ghost ship.
Yeah.
which is the reason I kept the hand. It was a 2-lander, but I had 2 ghost ships, and I was like, if I can just draw the lands, and I did. So I'm going to attack with one of them.
I'm at 18.
And I'll pass.
All right, I'll attack.
No blocks. 14.
Right. I guess I just pass back with 7.
Untap. Draw. Island. Amnesia.
Ooh, yeah, that's probably game, honestly. All right, champion, fissure, champion, catapult, mind stab, throw.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's just game. I mean, I was gonna just like fissure the ghost ships and
Mind twist
play
for
more
7.
guys and come in. Yeah.
I will go to combat. I will attack for 4.
14.
And I'll pass.
Do I untap this? Do I not untap this? I don't know what I'm gonna draw. I'll get a counter, I guess. I'll attack.
No blocks.
All right, back to you.
Untap. Draw. Island. I'll go to combat and attack.
I'm at 10.
And I'll pass to you.
I guess I'll get a counter. Play a bottom's fault. I'll attack.
Okay. No blocks.
All right, back to you.
Okay. Let's see. I'm like 1 shy. Okay.
No, I think you can kill me. Just pop one of the ghost ships at end of turn and make 4 tokens.
I'm gonna pop one of them. I can't do both and also Elapile you.
Yeah, you don't need them both though. You only need one because that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm at 10. I mean, I guess I can pile one of the tokens to live one more turn.
Exactly.
But it's not really. I mean, what am I gonna draw? Nothing.
That's why I'm thinking I'll just do the 1.
Yeah.
I get 4 Homarids because they got to make an appearance.
Yeah. There they are.
And then we'll go to untap, upkeep, draw. I'll attack for 6.
So I have to kill one of them.
Okay, it's gone.
So I'm at 5.
And yeah, I guess I will. I want to cast that. I think I do not. I will just pass.
All right. Well, I don't really know what I could even draw, really. Yeah, there's nothing I can draw. All right, that's game.
All right, Blue.
I don't know if I can beat Amnesia, to be honest. Like
Amnesia
there's just Every game's just gonna end the same way. Like, we're gonna sit around until you just amnesia me with 7 great cards in my hand. Like, I don't think there's a way to beat it. And I couldn't play my cards fast enough because I only had one black.
And it doesn't look like I'm gonna have to face it. All right, so let's see. What do I want to board? Should I board in my Sea Singers? That should do me a lot of good.
I mean, I have a million ways to kill them, but they also probably, once you make me discard my hand, they're probably fine.
It's literally just there because I was expecting to see more blue, and I didn't play any blue. Anybody else like playing blue?
Oh, yeah, I would have to have an island, right?
Let's see. I think I'm just good. I'll just go with what I have.
Alright, so I will...
Exactly. It's totally useless. It's an 0-1.
I'll board, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I'm really curious about the sideboard thing. I don't think your sideboard can be bigger than it starts. Like, if you have a 15 card sideboard, I don't think you can have more than 15 in it when you side out. And so when it's 5, I don't think it can be more than 5. It can be less. You can side your whole sideboard in. But I don't know. You'd have to check. Oh, what do I even do here?
So then you'd have to have open slots in the sideboard to make that work. Just run like 3 cards, so then you can pull 2 more out.
I don't think you can do that either. Like, if you have a sideboard in like a standard 15 card board, it has to either be 15 cards or 0 cards. It can't be any number in between.
There's no in between. Seems odd.
But your regular deck can be any size you want it to be. So you could have, a 65 card deck with a 15 card sideboard. Is that correct? I don't even know if I did that right. Let me think here. Yeah, man, I don't know. Well, we'll just give it a try. I don't think it matters. Like, if I can't play my cards fast enough, I think I just died amnesia.
It's a brutal card.
Well, especially when I had all the answers to your deck in my hand. Like, you had 2 ghost ships down and I had 2 fissures in my hand.
Yeah.
And I just didn't get enough mana fast enough to cast them.
I think that in the Fallen Empires version, the vaults or whatever, are playable. Mm-hmm. I don't know in this. I mean, I think that you probably put amnesia down to 2. I think that's a sensible first step. If it proves to be as good as it seems in some of the matchups I've had.
Yeah. I definitely built a deck that had 4 amnesias when we were testing.
But if you're not getting, if people can get stuff out by turn 6, that's not crazy. You can just put middle on top. I just cut mine.
Well, you can play it on turn 4 if you're playing High Tide, though. I don't know if you are.
Right. 4 High Tide, 4 Amnesia, 4 Deep Swan.
Yeah, see, this seems like a terrible hand against that. I'll mull, I guess. Yeah, I think somebody with White Weenie or something. What was that?
After you mull, do I say whether I'm good with my original hand, or do I wait until you're fully done?
Oh, you can. If you're gonna mull, you can mull now.
No, I'm good. I'm just saying, do I guess I go next, and then okay. It's not like you go through until you have a complete hand, and then the other person decides if they want to mulligan or not.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up too. I think that you take turns taking mulligans. So I don't think
Gotcha.
like I mulligan to like 4 and then you decide if you want to take one or not.
Right.
Like, yeah.
That's what I figured, but I didn't know the actual way to do it. So, but yeah, I'm good.
Well, I guess this is gonna have to do. I'll put. Put that on the bottom, I guess. And start with a Dwarven Hold. Go ahead.
Draw a card.
Yeah,
Island,
I think both the
Island,
Sacklands and
Flood, go.
I think both the Sacklands and the Storage Lands are bad in blue because in High Tide you just want all islands. But
Exactly. You just want
I
islands.
think they're pretty good in decks where you're playing like Catapult and whatnot. I'll play a Swamp. Go ahead.
But I don't know if Catapult is playable against this deck, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really see you play anything other than Ghost Ship.
2 island. I'll pass. Second island, I guess.
Go ahead.
Island, go.
I'll play an Oregon pass back.
Draw a card. Island. High Tide.
Yep, Amnesia.
Amnesia.
Sure. All right, Org, Darylor, and I was hoping to get at least one more guy down. I would have played Darylor next turn.
Well, you get to keep the lands.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. All right.
You do
So you get an
keep the
Oregon to
lands.
Darylor.
All right. I'll pass. I'm taking like 6 damage though.
Well, yeah, but you've got a flood, so I mean it's not really going to be a problem.
Flood might have to get like restricted to 1.
Flood's bonkers, as we saw in Four Horsemen. Okay, back to you.
All right, untap. Draw. Island. Tap 2 for an Illipile.
Sure.
And I'll pass. And then I'll tap your Org.
All right, I'll get a pile down and pass back with 1.
Untap. Draw. Ugh. I need another. All right. Pass and tap your Org.
Yeah, I don't really know how I win here. Okay, back to you.
Another pile. I'll pass. And tap your Org.
Yeah. All right, back to you.
All right, untap. Draw. There we go. That's something. Wait, that doesn't really give me anything, does it? No, it does. 4 for a Ghost Ship.
Sure.
And I'll pass and tap your Org.
I'll catapult for 4 at end of turn.
Sure, you got it.
All right, Armor Throw and pass back to you.
Okay, untap. Draw. I guess that's okay. All right, island. I'll pass and I'll tap your 2 creatures during your upkeep.
Yeah. Okay, back to you.
Untap. Draw. Island. Oh, wait. No, but that should, I mean... Cards in hand? 2.
2.
All right, I'm going to cast Amnesia.
Sure. You get a catapult and an Ashes to Ashes.
All right. And I will pass you and tap your org.
Attack for 1.
I'm at 13.
Back to you, no cards.
Untap. Draw a card. An island. Okay. Tap for 8. Deep spawn.
Sure. You win.
And I will pass with 1 card, and I will not untap anything because I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter though because I can't attack. All right, go ahead.
All right, untap. Upkeep, I have to mill 2, or I choose 2. Illipile, Amnesia, I'll draw a card. Island.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tap 8 for another deep spawn.
Sure.
I will attack with this deep spawn.
Okay. I guess I'll take it.
And I will pass.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I take it? Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah. 14.
I'll pass.
So you still have blue up. All right. I'll pass back to you.
All right, I'm gonna have to mill 4. This is getting serious. 1 high tide.
Don't. I don't think it's that
2
serious. You're
Illipile.
gonna kill me with you guys.
Knights, spawning bed. All right. I'll go to attack, and I will attack with both, I guess.
Why don't you just kill me? Why don't you just flood my 2 guys and attack for 12 and then pile me to death?
Oh, that's right. I can flood now.
You've
You're
got
right.
it on board.
All right.
And I drawn catapult. I could have
Right.
killed both of your deep spawns because I had enough mana on my storage lands.
Yeah.
I could have.
I know.
I didn't.
The ability doesn't work. I had no spawning bed. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty brutal 2-0.
You can easily put Amnesia to 2 and still run a good blue deck. Like, you could just put in 2 Dance of Many in place of the 2 Amnesia, and like you'd be fine. It wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as brutal.
No, I mean the 4 is pretty good. But even at 2, it'll be pretty good still.
Knows? If I go into the final and get put in my place by a red deck, I guess then it's not true and it doesn't need to be. But I think if I win, then it's like you could say like Amnesia to 2.
Well, I mean, I hope you win with mono blue, like because that's a thing that hasn't happened and you've been trying to make happen.
I know, blue.
The dark is apparently the time.
I had a chance with the Reanimator.
Yeah.
The deep spawn, forget, soul exchange. Had a shot, but couldn't close the deal. Was that you? Did you beat me?
Yeah. I played mono red that month. I
Yeah.
got you with the Orgs and the Aaron.
I think Homeland's red is very, very good. I think the
It's pretty
green the first
solid.
month was a real fluke. I don't think you'd see. If you played that format that same way a couple more times, you would not see green win. It just red seems so much better.
There's my amnesias,
dude. It's an awesome card. It's not super fun to actually play.
So, well, I mean, if it hits, it hits.
But if,
I mean, you
but if
made
it's
me
exactly
discard
if it's
6
two
cards that first
2
game.
and 40, that's a lot different than 4 and 40.
I made a Merfolk deck that does not have amnesia in it. It's just playing like what did I do with it? Where's it at? Well, I don't know where I sat. It's somewhere on this table, but it's just like all the Merfolk and even like Vidalian War Machine and War Barge and stuff to use with the Merfolk Assassins.
War
And
Barge, yeah, that's awesome.
it's kind of cool, and I didn't know if it would really be good enough, but maybe with Catapult out of the picture, maybe. I don't know. It seemed it's fun. It's been fun to play. I don't know if I'll play it in the tournament, but it's been kind of neat. Now, it also, if Catapult's gone, I think Goblins might actually be playable. I don't think it was playable with Catapult in the format.
That's true. Dude, check this out.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's super cool. I'd love to find some of those sometime.
And run it in my sideboard, but I was like, nah.
Yeah, play it. Play with it.
I was like, I don't want anybody to complain.
I don't think anybody here would. I think they would think it's fine. It's just really cool.
But yeah, literally my sideboard is like
Sunken City is the other
dealing with the mono blue matchup. So I got another knight. Is this right? Deep Spawn?
Yeah, it's funny. I was like, oh man, you've got Deep Spawn Man out, and then I'm like, are you playing it or not? And I'm like, he has to be playing it. But you didn't play one for a while, and then of course came down with 2 of them. So the Merfolk deck I built, these are my 9 dark cards, some Sunken Cities, Assassins, and War Barges, and this deck has been pretty fun to play.
Yeah.
But I don't know how good it actually is. I feel like this deck was like just really hard to beat against anything other than, of course, making me discard my whole hand. Because like I just had like all the answers for everything. Like whenever I played anybody, like there's just so much removal that you just kill everything and then like drop an org. I do think I built it kind of wrong though, because my sideboard was 4 orgs and a catapult, and every single game 2 I brought all 5 of those cards in and took 5 other cards out. And so I should have just played the version that had these in the main board, because I tried a bunch of versions ahead of time, and one of the versions was just orgs and Darrellors and removal, and it was pretty solid. But I wanted to kind of go a little more towards Thrulls, but man, the Mindstab Thrulls just been so bad. He just he just dies to pile, and he just doesn't do anything.
I've never had any success with any of the Thrulls outside of Armor Thrall Champion, and occasionally Darrellor.
It's funny because he was in the month that I won. Mono. The month I won with Thrulls, I wasn't even playing Armor Throll, and I was playing Mindstab Thrulls, which was really weird. And I wasn't playing Catapult, but like I guess it just I don't know, it just worked out. But I do think that Org has been nuts for me. He's been really, really good. He's not very good against Flood though.
No,
but
Flood
if they can't,
a monster.
like, especially if you're playing mono blue, right? Because like I played against a guy that was playing blue black, and so he had flood, but he only had like 4 islands out by
Yeah.
the end of the game, and so I just played more dudes than he had islands, and
Mm-hmm.
was able to just get in.
Originally, I was thinking I was gonna do a kind of like blue rainbow thing with like some implements of sacrifice, and then a couple of the red sacklands. Because I
Right.
was thinking like, okay, high tide works well with like Inferno, um, but Inferno doesn't work great with deep spawn, unfortunately. Like you wanted to do 5 if you're playing deep spawn. Like that would be sick. If your deep spawn
Yeah.
could just survive the Inferno, you know?
I guess you could
Um,
play armor thralls and then make your deep spawn bigger, but I
right,
don't.
but like, that's more slots and but
Troy was playing Orgs and Infernos, same idea.
mhm.
And trying to like either regenerate the org with a goblin
Yeah,
chirurgeon or putting a counter. Or actually, he's playing mono red,
that
so
makes
he
sense.
didn't have the armor throws. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But your deck is pretty mean. I hope it goes all the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's I definitely learned to appreciate the value of a flood after not playing it in Pauper Singleton.
Oh yeah, you
And just
got
being
to.
like, man, why am I running this instead of flood or that instead of? There were so many good times where I'm like, oh, if I just had a flood instead of this card in my hand. So I learned my lesson. Very powerful. I have 2 main board, 1 sideboard.
Oh wow, you've got 3. That's a lot. That's a lot of flood.
Just in case, I mean, like,
But
it's just so, it can be so
gotta make
lights
sure
out.
you get it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's nuts. Like that game once you made me discard cards and then you also got flood. Like you got 2 fatties
Yeah.
from the discard and then laid a flood down and I'm like I'm never going to be able to go wide enough to like get around
Mm-hmm.
that because playing mono you just kept playing islands and I'm like okay, now you can flood 4 guys. Like
Yeah. I think I have
what am I going to possibly
18,
do?
18 out of a 42 card deck, 18 islands. So that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would play if I was playing that deck. I would definitely play 18 because you want to hit 4 on 4 every time
Yeah. Yeah.
so that you can get that down, and then you can either play a deep spawn or
18. Yeah.
an amnesia on turn 4, whichever you have in your hand. Probably the
Yeah. But
amnesia if you have them both,
Deep
but
Spawn
if
is
you
like a
only
turn
have the
5.
other one, yeah, yeah. Well, because he costs 8,
But
doesn't he?
yeah. Yeah. So he's a turn, yeah. So it's turn 4 Amnesia with a high tide, turn 5 Deep Spawn with a high tide.
Yeah, that's pretty
You
crazy.
can
That's good.
turn 3 triple. No, what was it? Turn 3 triple high tide. That can't be right.
Let's see.
3 lands.
What
Pay
does
1
High
for
Tide make every island add 1 additional blue, right?
Yeah.
So you'd play the first one and
No, you'd only
have
get 3.
4.
You'd still only get. Well, you'd get 4. You'd get 4 from 3 lands. How's that possible? With 3 high.
Well, you'd cast the first High Tide for a blue, and then the other 2 would each add 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd cast the second High Tide. Well, how many High Tides do you think you have in your hand? 3?
If you have 3.
And then you could use that second island to play 2 more High Tides, and then that
Right.
last land would make 4. But I
Only
mean,
tap for 4.
that's not very good card advantage to play all those out.
No,
I
and I
don't
think you
know.
can do the same thing. You can get 4 from 3 with 1 high tide as well.
Yeah, because you just play 1 High Tide and then add
What
2
am I
and 2.
thinking of then? It must be like,
Yeah.
I can't remember. I thought that there was like a, a way if you just were totally flooded in your hand with high tides that you could make it work earlier. But yeah, basically 1 high tide, turn 4, amnesia. That's what you're really looking for. You're looking for like 2 of the 3 pieces. You want to have like at least 3 lands, a High Tide, and an Amnesia. And if you can get like 2 of those 3, you generally take it, and then by turn 4 you have the other piece that you need. That's the hope.
Yeah.
If you have 1 of those or fewer, then don't take it. Though I had 2 ghost ships, and I was like, I'm going for it. They're so good.
Ghost ship is great. I'm so in the pauper. You're not playing the four horseman pauper this month, are you?
I am the Doubleton. I'm trying. I haven't gotten
you
any
are
interaction.
you are in the Doubleton. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if there's even another deck to play, but I'm definitely playing red blue, and like it's just it hasn't even been close with any of the people I've played against. And we're probably playing a very similar list, but like it's kind of silly. Like I don't know.
Yeah. We're probably not playing. I think everything I'm playing 2 of.
I have a couple cards I'm not playing 2 of. I'm only playing 1 telekinesis and 1 flash counter.
I'm not playing that. I'm playing 2 flash counters.
And 1 immolation.
Oh,
and one primal clay. Oh, and 1 flood. So like I do have some 1-ofs, but I think everything else is a 2. Yeah, I think everything else is a 2.
Fissure, obviously.
Oh, and 1 giant strength. So these are my
I'm not playing
weird 1-ofs that I didn't want to play.
But yeah, so we've got creatures. Spells, damage, kind of removal. That's essentially the deck times 2.
So let's see. Yeah, I've only got 1 primal clay, but I am playing it, and I'm 2 Drake, 2 of the other Drake, 2 of the Yeti, 2 of the ship. I'm not playing Clay Statue. I just like he's really underwhelmed me in the other tournaments, like with his 1 toughness. I don't know. I mean, regeneration's cool, but he just doesn't do anything. He's in my sideboard, but like I haven't brought him in against anything. I'm also not playing Fellwarstorm, which is weird because I feel like you probably should. Like even if you just take 2 lands out for them, but I'm just not. Like I'm just kind of blanking most of their artifact removal. I'm not playing very many artifacts. I am playing Grapeshot Catapult though because that card's really good in this format.
That's sideboard for me.
And I'm playing Tome.
Sideboard is like Grapeshot, Flarg, Brothers of Fire, Dragon Engine, Artifact.
Wow, Brothers of Fire's in your board. I'm definitely playing him main. He's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean it's all the same cards. Like we just have we just flop some of our main inside, but it's basically all the same stuff.
What's your like blue-red split for lands?
11 and 11, or maybe it's 10 and 10 and 2 deserts. I think it's 10 and 10 and 2 deserts.
I actually have 2 mountains in my sideboard because I feel like I would go heavier red with my sideboard.
Yeah.
But I think the split is pretty even. I do have Felwar, so I probably have a little bit fewer of each. But look, if they're not playing blue or red, then like I'm definitely winning. So whatever.
Well, and I'm also playing. I'm playing my Flash Floods main board because they can crack the Rook eggs, and also a lot of people are playing red, and then I'm playing the active volcanoes.
Oh yeah, Flash Flood is I have that volcanoes sideboard because I'm not sure people are going to be playing blue.
Yeah, me too. The volcanoes are side, and the Flash Floods are main.
Let's see. All right, I think I got it split out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 islands, 9 mountains, but then oh no, that's not true because I pulled these out. So I have 12 islands and 10 mountains, plus 2 deserts.
12 ounce,
and then 2
so you're playing 24.
It sounds like 25,
a lot. 26. That's really good though. Like I think it's probably better. I shaved mine a little too close, and I've had to mulligan a few times to make sure I get land.
There's a lot of mana intensity here.
Yeah,
between the double,
lot of 4 drops
if you want to regenerate, and 6, and But
yeah, it's kind of a slow format. I mean, there are decks that come out early with little guys, and sometimes they can beat you down for a bit, but then you usually just stabilize and kill all their stuff. And
I know I don't.
Hit the Pro Technics or whatever.
I probably should board Brass Man.
Oh yeah, Brass Man's a card I should probably play. I'm not
for
playing
like
Brass
minis. That's tough. What would I take out though? Like Dragon Engine. Dragon Engine was like I fell in love with Dragon Engine. I guess they have Bone Flute.
It's a cool card. It's a cool card. I like it.
Maybe I'll just stick with Bone Flute and figure I'll beat weenies on their merits.
Bone Flute's good too. I mean, it's pretty strong.
I only have one of them in there.
I guess all the rares that got downgraded to common are, going to be good.
Yeah.
But like that, this is pretty nice that it does it across the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it just can blank a ton of cards for very little.
All right, well, you gave me a whooping, so do the same to whoever you play. So
and the prize
I didn't see who made it out of that other pod. Do you know who won the pod that was held up?
Troy and
it was me, you, and Troy, and then we were waiting on the 4th person.
Greg.
Okay. And then Troy and Greg are playing, and then you'll play one of them.
Yep.
Very good.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for the match.
Yeah, have a good one. We'll see you soon in this format or another.